Hey, Dr. Tom Hansen here of yipsbegone.com. I just want to follow up on a video I just made. It's about 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes long. Hopefully, maybe it's right above here. You've just seen it. But it talked about how the brain is got three parts to it. It's got the main frame, really the main brain, which is the reptilian brain, and then two add-ons, what we can call the mammalian brain, and then a primary, the cortex. So check that one out. I just want to add on a couple things. The issue then for me, for people that I come across, how I see it, is that the yips are a perception problem, or an issue. And it has to do with how you're perceiving the situation. Oh, I got to throw the ball to that guy. You perceive that as a threat, as a dangerous thing, so you kick in these all kinds of protective mechanisms that screw up your throw. Or your putt, or your tennis serve, or your pizza delivery going for that doorbell. So it's a perception problem in most cases. I see some research, I don't know, I mean, people ask me about focal dystonia, people ask about, is it a physiological thing? Well, everything's related, so is it psychological or physiological? Well, our psychology is kind of a chemical thing, so chemical is a physical thing, so where is the line there between what's chemical or what's physical and what's psychological? It's much, much, much more psychological, in my opinion. Now, given that there's gray areas between those two, it's way more psychological than it is physical. It's virtually never do I come across it. And there was some research that was like, oh, only 3 or 4% or something actually have something neurologically wrong with them. And then proceed to somehow give it any other explanation that it is a perceptual problem. It's how it's occurring. And my question is there any situation in which you can execute the activity? Almost always they'll say yes, like by myself, putting or throwing, or, to dad, I'm fine, but as soon as I go out, well, if you can do it in any situation, then it is not a physical thing. Even if if you can do it in slow motion, it's a physical thing. So it's a perceptual issue. And the other element I wanted to add on to the other video, is why this video is here, is that it doesn't usually get better like boop. It doesn't go like that because we're dealing with safety. And typically what's happened, you could think of you being in a relationship with your body, and there's a massive betrayal. You made some bad throw, coach yelled it, something happened where it was like a betrayal, that something what was always count on, be it a spouse or something else that you might be in a relationship with, and all of a sudden there was a massive betrayal, and now the trust is gone. It's like, okay, well, you came home and found your arm having sex with your leg. Or something, it's like, oh my gosh, and now that isn't like a guy, oh, you get sent down or you get dropped or something happens radical that you just couldn't grasp, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like this big betrayal. And so you have to build the trust back up. Your inner lizard got spooked, and now it's going to take some time, much like trying to get a deer to eat out of your hand. It takes a little bit of time. Doing the right things, it isn't just time. But, because I work with tons of people who, well, I don't work with tons, I talk to tons who, who got the problem when they were a teenager, and now they're trying to throw batting practice to their son and can't do it. They're in their 40s. So it didn't go away, even though they don't throw. But the tough ones really are the golfers that have had it for 30 years. It's kind of baked into their system, and it takes a while to kind of get that out from their system. So I just wanted to add that it usually takes some time. I got a text these last few days from a pitcher, say it's like, oh, today was better, but still felt, oh, today was a little better, I still felt it. Today was a little better, I still felt it. It's more like that typically. Well, that's a daily thing, but some of them it's not. It doesn't go quite that way. It takes a little longer. But those are some points that I just wanted to make in order to give you, again, this bigger sense of how I see what's going on. So if you want to talk it over your particular case, check me out at yipsbegone.com. Dr. Tom Hansen. Thank you.